Good morning. It is Saturday morning and I am sitting here. I just ate my breakfast. I'm in my combination pajamas and an apron that my mom's sister, my aunt, she gave me. She had a whole bunch of aprons, and I like wearing an apron when I'm in the kitchen, because I slop all over the place and it kind of helps. So now she gave me 3 aprons. And I already had my mom's Elvis apron that I had found that was never used. And then I had gotten an apron at the secondhand store. They don't call it the senior center anymore, but you can find some really good deals of aprons. Might be not so easy to find these days maybe, but some people that are much, much older will have aprons and they're really good quality. So I got an apron. I like it, but and then I have my pajama top, and I had bought some long underwear for my husband, who he doesn't like long underwear, so I'm wearing those, and they really keep my legs warm. Anyway, so I'm just rambling about something. I watch many YouTube channels, and there's just some stuff out there that is really concerning about. I don't know if it's the younger generation. Okay, so get this. I am a baby boomer, those boomers, we ruined the whole world. But I'm the boomers was a very, very large generation. The oldest of the boomers are turning 80 this year. And the youngest of the boomers, like me, are turning 62. In mid-January, I will be filing for early retirement with Social Security. I know it's been suggested that you wait and you'll get more later on, but to me, a bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. If I don't need the money, why not get the money and then take it and put it in certified deposits that are, they're not that great of interest rates right now, but if I don't need it, why not save it? Makes a little bit of interest on it, I already retired from regular work, but my husband and I are here at the Mama's, and we're helping her out, and it helps because it keeps her out of a place that you would pay astronomical amounts of money for care. As you get older, things are harder to do. And so back to what concerns me. When I was young, yes, we all were young, and I see these younger people, and they're not wanting to work jobs, jobs that are, dead-end jobs or whatever you want to call it. They want to have a good job, and some of them have gone to school and unfortunately got into a lot of debt because they want to get this good job. And I kind of wonder how many really good jobs are out there anymore. Really, honestly, how many really good jobs are out there for as many people as there are wanting a good job and that are willing to get the education and have the skills to get a good job? And do they know what is needed, kind of thing? So I just kind of wonder, the ones that are not getting a good job, but they're trying. They're doing gig jobs. They're trying to do stuff because they don't want to have anybody be like a boss kind of thing is what I'm getting. They don't want to have to do a 9 to 5 or be under the kind of control over a boss and the crap that comes with it. So instead, maybe make a YouTube channel or, TikTok or whatever it is. And maybe you'll hit it big, like a lottery or something. But most people are not going to be able to make money off of social media, where there'll be, it can be a little extra money if you get monetized, but only a small percentage of channels out there are monetized if you look at how many people are on the internet. And then the Uber drivers, all these people that are driving around all over the place, to make money and trying to make ends meet. And that's their source of income. It's not to them like a gig job. And then you see so many jobs that used to be jobs you could entry-level jobs that are just closing down. So many jobs, how many jobs are hiring now for cashiers if everything's self-checkout, or a lot of restaurants are closing, the food servers, all that kind of stuff. provide an opportunity at some of the places for pretty good way to be able to make a living, if you work hard. But it seems like maybe people don't want to work as hard. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But what concerns me is when you're younger, it's easier to work hard. It's easier to miss sleep. It's just easier. I worked graveyard shifts and then I would go and work a day shift. It's easier to be able to bounce back. As you get older, it gets harder. It really does. And I can remember my father, he would say to me when I was younger, all right, you're not going to be able to burn a candle from both ends. I mean, I was working a lot and I always had worked a lot. I'm talking a lot. And between working a lot and going to school and doing what I was doing, it was very little hours for sleeping. And I think that that's part why when somebody talks about something in a certain time frame, Laura, remember this, that? I don't even think I form memories for some of this stuff because of sleep deprivation. And they say that like sleep, now they know the importance of sleep. I was growing up when it was almost like a badge of honor that, I only get 4 hours of sleep, or I can take a cat nap, or I can power nap. That used to be like an okay thing. It's not good for you. That's just not good. And as you get older, your body will start fighting back that. So young people, things don't get easier as you get older. Work gets harder. So I worked the same job. One of the jobs that I worked the same job for 41 years. That was just one of my many jobs. And that was kind of like you could call it a gig job for a long time. Not really though. I went into work and I did what I had to. I never exceeded 20 hours of paid work a week. And I was able to, work jobs always around stuff. And graveyard shift is a great shift when you have like a day shift type job because you can, it doesn't interfere. It's kind of hard, I know there's plenty of people working multiple jobs and now it's like needed more than ever if you want to stay out of like living outside. But what's going to happen if you don't have a job that you've paid into or saving any money or anything, and it's just like you're getting the cash now? Where's your future going to be at? I mean, I know it's hard now, but you also got to look like, well, what if when I'm older, but I don't think that's happening. I think because there's too much struggle for survival right now. And I get that. I didn't really think about my retirement until probably 2000. I think it was around 2008 when I started getting really serious of like, oh my gosh, someday I'm going to retire. And then I started counting the days it would be. I ended up retiring sooner, but, and I still would like to go back to work if there's jobs out there, but I'm not looking because I'm here helping my mom out and stuff. But, you got to get a job, any job, even if it's like you do a job and you go in as the lowest level, whatever in there, just stick with it. Do the best you can and you might be able to move up within it. Or if it has good benefits and maybe the pay isn't all that good, but the benefits are good. And if there's some type of retirement plan they have, and that's good because that's all a part of your income and you got to see it that way. That, yeah, you might make X amount of dollars per hour, but you have to, I just saw a notice come up, you got to look and see what else is being offered, and take that into account, whether it's worth staying there. So you might be making less, but really in the long run, getting more. So you got to really analyze it. Right now is a good time to really evaluate what is important to you and how much money you might need to start really trying to save, what you could cut back on. All kinds of stuff. A lot of people are cutting back on, I was reading like alcohol sales are down, restaurant going to restaurants is down. A lot of stuff, the whatever you call it, discretionary, money that's being spent, less money is being spent on things because just the basics stuff is costing a lot. People are keeping their electric, temperatures in their house cooler, during the winter time, snuggling up with blankets, doing their best to stay warm, maybe being careful with driving around and not wasting too much gas. The gas prices are a lot, at least around here. Try to coordinate your trips so you're just not driving around aimlessly. But yeah, I think that it just seems like for younger people, the people that are in their 20s, 30s, and 40s are who I'm talking about. It just seems like the future, like if you don't start planning now, it's going to be really rough because I just not seeing things getting better as people are aging. We're right now looking at the highest growing population of homeless people are, I think I read, 55 and over. And it's like, if we can allow that, like, it's like we're rationalizing that it's okay, it seems like, in some areas when you're seeing that. When you used to see somebody out on the street, there was more empathy. And that's really being lost, at least where I live for sure. And I know I have lost a lot of empathy for it. You see it so many years and years and years and years and years. And you just kind of get, they call it like compassion fatigue, I read once. But yeah, so this is a public service announcement. I'm Laura at Laura Talk Softer, and I'm just talking off the top of my head, or whatever you want to call it. Just be mindful, if you can find family and friends, this is a good time to find like-minded people to be roommates with, to share resources, more community type living, generational type living, if you can do that. This wanting to, this extreme sense of, I guess, independence of I'm going to go live in my car all by myself or something and travel the world. That might not be really smart, but everybody has to make their choices, but do know that the choices that you're making now will impact your future. You reap what you sow. You really do. So, on that note, I hope that you're sowing great things so you reap great things. But yeah, even then, you can do everything right and things can fall apart. So, this is just I'm trying to inspire you. Just try to get any job. Just get any job to get that paycheck, to pay into Social Security, to pay into. Don't be afraid that it's going to be insolvent. Don't fall for the, it's not going to be there for me. Why should I even pay into it or get a job? Don't buy the crap. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. It's going to be there. Trust that it'll be there. Don't listen to the crap. All right. Peace and out.